Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I'm out here waiting for my fiance. Thought I'd kill some time. Yes, also, if you guys are wondering, I'm home, but I'm renting out an office and I'm in the process. It hasn't been used in 2 years. So if you guys look, I'm right now Tim Allen Home Improvements over here. iMac, all the other computers are all like disconnected in boxes while I finish up this office space and then we'll be there. So we're running on the MacBook right now, and today we'll be talking about the Cavaliers interested in Victor Oladipo. We're also making a video discussing Dean Wade potentially being on the block, and it's an interesting situation. Now, the Cavaliers also, we did a little refreshing of the slideshow. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below if you guys like it or not. But moving back, Cavaliers, Oladipo could be a veteran that they get on a discount who, yes, is coming off of being removed from basketball for an extended period of time. Additionally, what is he still? Now, in my opinion, if this is still the Oladipo, that he was right before he got hurt, I'm not saying like the same exact thing, but I think the biggest thing is if he can still be a somewhat plus defender who can come off the bench, be a secondary playmaker who can score a little bit, create for others, and just give some leadership. I think that's a win for this organization if it's going to be a veteran minimum contract. So what's the story? What are we hearing? The Cavaliers are monitoring Oladipo. The report is that the Cavaliers front office watched the reported Victor Oladipo private Las Vegas workout that occurred during summer league this past week. Yes, he's 33 years old, and the interest is being reported as real. This is coming from the Cleveland Plain Dealer, and yes, he's coming off of a knee injury that it's the second one of his career. However, when you're an organization like the Cleveland Cavaliers, you are looking to work around the margins and improve yourself. And Javonte Green was someone they brought in during the regular season after he requested himself to be released by the Pelicans. And Oladipo could be another nifty move on their part. Now let's just talk about this team. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell still make up the starting lineup, with Lonzo Ball being the Ty Jerome replacement, which I love that as a replacement, in my opinion. Fits what they need. He can play defense, he can create, and he can get hot, and he's a better three-point shooter. Max Strus is a fantastic swingman who can be a big two guard, can play the three, willing defender, good rebounder, can put the ball on the deck and pass. Sam Merrill, they reward with a contract, great three-point shooter. Craig Porter, the clock is ticking. It's time for him to show that he's the guy that we saw flashes of over the last few years. If not, I think Tyrese Proctor is an underrated guard who can play both positions. Kind of a poor man's Dyson Daniels, not just because they're Australian, but because he's the defensive 6'5" guard who can shoot the three ball, can handle a little bit, and likes to play point of attack defense. Now, this is a star, talented team. Yes, there's some injury concerns and some concerns about some inconsistent scoring with Jerome gone, which Oladipo could be given 12 minutes a night, green light, just be a spark plug, and I think they would love that. Now, to me, let's move forward with the next part of this. I think the biggest concern is just salary cap gymnastics, and I really think this happens if Dean Wade is moved. 6.6, as you guys know, veteran minimum contracts. I think right now it's like $3 million for a veteran minimum, and about something like that, and it's prorated by against the third year of service, which 1.8 last year. We're gonna give like 2, give or take, so that would really only mean about a million and some change in salary cap hit instead of being the full veteran minimum hit, which if they were trading Dean Wade, obviously probably just taking on either a non-guaranteed contract that they can just waive or draft capital so that it would just become a trade exception, as it would clear cap space. That would allow them then basically to turn Dean Wade's $6.6 million into a $5 million saving, because Victor Oladipo on a minimum contract would be about a $1.5 million cap hit only, as the league would prorate the rest of that. And DeAndre Hunter being more of like a six-man for them, Evan Mobley, their second best player, being their 4. Oladipo allows them to play both, especially with the injury, more of a 2-3 role. He used to play 1 through 3. I think he could still play, but it allows him to be a backup for Donovan Mitchell, DeAndre Hunter, and slide into that Dean Wade while also giving up room for, Jalen Tyson. And if Luke Travers is still part of the future, a chance to play. And I do like the idea of Oladipo being this like two-way guy who can come off the bench for them. Now, looking forward to the rest of this, what's the cap numbers? So their projected payroll, $231 million. They're above that $207.8 million second apron. Obviously, then I aggregate contracts, moving 6.6 off still brings them to 227. They're still more than likely going to probably make a bigger move, which could be Darius Garland if it's anybody. I mean, wouldn't be surprised Jared Allen, but I think Garland's the thing that, like, Garland is their most negative off number, so that's the thing. But the veteran minimum would be about 3.2 million. There you go. And if it's about 2, it's about a 1.2. So adding Oladipo won't tighten the screws any further. And I think it just shows that, yes, the cap numbers do work, and it's something to keep an eye out for. Now, we talked about it already, but a healthy Victor Oladipo, even if he's just 75%, 50% of what he used to be, still gives you a guy who can be a point of attack defender on the perimeter, which is something they severely lacked with Ty Jerome, Donovan Mitchell, and Darius Garland out there. Strew's the only one, and he's more of a 2 guy. He's not going to be guarding those ones. Oladipo could still do that, even if he's not like what he was athletically. He's a guy who can be a secondary playmaker, shot creator, especially off the bench in the 6-man role. Being on this veteran minimum contract, it's obviously league prorated, low risk deal that if it doesn't work this comeback, they can waive him. Similar to what we saw with Kemba Walker and the Dallas Mavericks a few seasons ago. So Cleveland obviously is going to have to make sure his health and his training and everything allows him to be still a durable and explosive piece off the bench. But a vet minimum offer, probably non-guaranteed with guaranteed dates, would be something realistically that they would do. So if you've made it to the end of the video, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Also, do you guys like the new color that we're doing right here? I think it's not bad. I think it's decent. But let me hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys expect this offseason from the Cleveland Cavaliers moving forward? We'll have our offseason recaps coming out rather soon. I'm like waiting I think all the moves that I was waiting for to be are done. I know the Josh Giddey and the Cam Thomas stuff is still being worked out, but I think we're just going to wait to do those teams later and just run through the other ones. So that's it. Let me hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. That's it for me, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. Ciao.